What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in once again to Men of the Spirit. Today we got a lot of action. Let's have some fun. This is my buddy right here, the one wearing that Kole belt with the taco and omilu. Man, this guy is just insanely good at spearfishing. So he's just dropping down on that Roy right there. A lot of times Roy, they'll look at you from the bottom and they'll wave their two side fins, and that's how you can tell it's a Roy even if you can't see the colors. So he drops down, shoots this guy, and pretty funny here, he gives his own backup shot with the 3-prong. It looked like a pretty secure shot, so I didn't go down to shoot it again, but he hit it just in case with the spear, and pretty funny how it all worked out.
Your own backup shot. I was just about to say that,
bro. Nice size Roy off the reef, saving the reef one Roy at a time. Here, another dive. He spots a yellow spot papillo, dives on it, shoots it, and this one I give a backup shot, but man, it was tough. This was a really bad backup shot. Sometimes it's like that though. This guy swims up. I should have pulled it right there, but I'm trying to find a better angle to get a headshot, and I realize this guy is just fluttering, so I just shoot the next time I can, right in the guts, not where you want to hit it, but grab the tail, and at least the fish is secured. That's the whole point of a backup shot.
Yeah, baby. Yellow spot. Let's go, bro.
I gotta say, memories like this in the water, this is what it's all about. You know, sometimes you go diving and you just goose egg it, just nothing, and other times you get fish like this and you just have an awesome time with your dive buddies in the water. So that was an awesome fish. And here we're diving down, and there's just a little taco right here. You'll see this side, this guy's undersized. Can you see him? Right there, boom. Undersized, he's inking like usual. So as soon as I realized, yeah, this guy's too small, I just let him go. Live to see another day, get a little bit bigger, and then one of the local boys will come grab you and bring him home to the family. Now we're gonna load up on some Kole. First shot, miss. Second one, got him. Pull him in, take him off. There's another one right there. Boom, hit that one, pull him in, take him off. And I like to try and get a couple as I dive if I'm down there, you know. If they're loaded, if it's a loaded spot, just try and take a couple shots, because usually spots like this, there's plenty of Kole. You just dive and shoot them. Why not get a couple or a few while you're down there? So starting my own little Kole belt right here, and came up with a few on this dive. So nice little lesson right there from that clip. When you just dive straight on them, you know, usually when you dive down, they spook a little bit, but if you just stay still, they come back in. So just get to the bottom and they'll come in. Right here, we got a little lobster hole. Looking under the ledges, you know, this was I think second or third to last day of lobster season. So I won't be posting lobster videos for a while, other than the videos I have taken inside lobster season. But there's a lobster right there, but there's also a nice vana, or as we call it in the mainland, sea urchin. And the trick here is grab the lobster without the lobster moving your arm to get spiked by the vana. Sometimes I'll take the 3-prong and I'll move the vana so I don't take him out, but I noticed this lobster was moving. You see those little pinchers? Little pinchers underneath the tail? That means it's a female, which means you gotta go. Cannot keep that one. So you win some, you lose some. All right, here I'm diving down. You can see in the distance, in the murk right there, a giant barracuda, great barracuda. That thing is actually like 3 to 4 feet long. It's about as long as my spear gun. It's just so far away you can't really tell. But you could tell kind of how the tail swims back and forth. That is a big fish. This thing didn't let me get close enough to it. Try to call it in. These things like flashers. So if you got a throw flasher, you want to throw it, it'll bring it in, let you get a shot on it. But today did not have one. So got away to live to see another day. All right, a couple more Kole clips. Just gonna load up the Kole kui and bring them home. Cut off the heads, gut them, clean them, eat them with rice. These fish are delicious. You know, I have some people comment, why are you shooting such a small fish? This fish is actually one of the best reef fish in the Hawaiian Islands. These fish make excellent meals, incredible dinners, great for parties, and just to catch and give away to the families that need them. I mean, a lot of people are requesting these fish, like 50 for funerals, for weddings, for graduation parties. My buddy that has that Kole kui you saw at the beginning, he gives away more fish than anybody I've ever met in my entire life. I think he gave practically all of those away. He catches an insane amount of fish, literally just feeding the people and helping out his friends and family out of the generosity of his heart. So these fish are not too small. The minimum size is 5 inches, and they're absolutely delicious fish to eat. All right, now I'm breaking out the gun. So take a little time to shoot some Kole with the 3-prong, and then take the gun off the buoy. And now it's time to get some big boys. So here there's a lot of options, but you know, honestly, a lot of these fish I don't really shoot unless I'm skunking out for the day. And right now I don't have any good fish. My dive buddy's got a lot of other fish, a lot of taco, a lot of different things. I don't got anything, so I'm looking at those Polani, which are really good. They got a lot of meat, but I'm also looking at those Kala, the white ones, the unicorn fish. They got a horn coming out of their head. And I didn't feel good about that shot. I'm staying down here, just looking around, seeing if there's any uhu or moo coming in. I don't see anything, so I take the shot in this Kala, hit him, he takes off. My monoline gets a little bit tugged around the coral, but he untangles himself. And then notice what my dive buddy here does. My dive buddy is an awesome dive buddy, so he notices that the fish is on, but it's not really a good shot. It's like a gut shot. So he's going to go down and secure the fish just by giving it a nice 3-prong to the head. And you notice it stopped moving right away. That's a perfect backup shot. He comes up. Man.
Thank you for that.
Awesome dive buddy. And now the fish is secured. And that is a monster Opelu Kala. So this thing is going to make some good fish tacos. All right, this clip is pretty cool. So I see some uhu in the background. I'm taking a dive, and usually with uhu, they love dusting. So I usually try and dust or scratch the reef. They come right in. But here's this white tip, and if you notice, he's got a broken jaw on half his side. The right side, if you see, is hanging. So this thing bit something that was too hard for his jaw, broke his jaw, and now he's just cruising. But man, half his jaw is not gonna work. So I'm looking, I don't see anything, and then I noticed my dive buddy was also diving, so I cruise back up. All right, here a bunch of fish, but man, not really any shootable fish for a 115 roller. You got some 9-eye, those blackfish with the orange stripe. Then you got those manini, which are good fish for 3-prong. But there's an uhu right there, a couple uhu. And man, I could have pulled the trigger right there, but I was worried I would hit some other fish. So I just cruise, just wait a little bit more, thinking he'll come back in. And sure enough, he cruises right back around, gives me a perfect shot. I hit him, but again, gut shot, he gets off right there. He gets off, and now, man, I just wasted a shot. I should have waited a little bit longer for a better shot.
Ripped off. Thought I had him, but ripped off. Right in the belly.
A little bit shallower, and we find a taco hole. Notice how this guy gets the taco. He just in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out until the taco just pokes him, until the taco's forced his way out. The octopus will either try and find its way to farther back in the hole, and when it realizes it can't, its only option is come out, and that's how you get them, just like that. Then you got to bite them between the eyes. There's the little ball behind their eyes. You break that, that's its brain. It just turns white. So, yep, you see it's all white now. Thing's dead.
Good eye, good eye.
All right, this is a separate dive. I'm taking my buddy out and find a taco, trying to point it out to him. So he's going in to check it out, but I forgot to tell him the secret. You got to poke them in until they come out. So I go ahead and grab this one. He inks, I grab him, and it's gonna make some great taco pasta right here. All right, can you see them? There's 2 taco right there on the top of the reef. Kind of hard to see with the camera quality, but you'll see them when they change color. They're right there. Boom, they see me, they split. I go for the bigger one, and he hides inside this rock, so I'm going to grab him, and then I turn around. Where'd the other guy go? And I'm looking around, trying to find him. I head back to the top, secure this one, and then I see where he went. So I'm gonna go down and grab the second one, and that's a 2-for-1 right there.
Get him.
So here, there's a nice little crevice, and I seen some mampachi going here. So if you notice, there's different reefs have different fish. So a lot of times the crevices, they got lobster, mampachi, eels. The other types of reef have Kole that hang around it. And here, this one's just got a couple mampachi swimming through here. So I'm looking around and I don't see anything. And then I see one right there. Can't really tell. Once there you go. It's right there. I'm looking. Boom. Spot him. Got him, and then just gonna pull him up. And this guy, again, the red fish, super, super good. Always want to make sure you don't get trapped underneath any crevices when you're diving. That's why it's good to have a solid dive partner to make sure that they got your back if you get trapped. All right, we got another taco. I called my buddy over, give him a chance to try the technique. Tickling the taco, he pokes in. You see it's working because the guy's inking, but loses a little bit of breath. He tries to swim away, and that's what they do. They ink and then they try and swim away. So that way you're focused on the ink, or whatever predator is focused on the ink, and then they get out of there. But I grabbed this guy, and already I notice, man, this guy's a little too small. So just gonna bring him to the surface, show him to my buddy, and then let him go. So I got a rule: once I start petting the taco, I can't then turn around and kill him. You know, I treat him friendly, earn his trust. Gotta let him go, because he could just jump off right now and swim away. But since I'm petting him, he's staying on. So this one, right under legal size, but already pet him, so now gotta let him go. All right, this taco clip is actually kind of funny. So my buddy had just grabbed a taco, and he was pulling it so hard that he ripped off one of its tentacles, and the taco got away. And then I go down and grab this one, and I come back up, and I notice, oh, it's missing a tentacle. And so we put the tentacle next to the arm that's missing to see if it's a match. And sure enough, same taco that he found. So sometimes you'll find the taco in the holes, and sometimes you'll find them out sunbathing. You see that fish right there that was swimming right around the taco? They actually give away the position of the octopus. So when you see those fish just swimming in a circle, that means there's a taco nearby. So you can tell that this guy was somewhere on there, and then when you look a little bit closer, you could find him. He was out sunbathing. On this dive, I was actually at the bottom trying to call in some moo. There's a moo pile to my left, but then I see these two taco, and seems like they're interacting, like they're mating or something, and then they split. One swims farther back and one swims under this rock. And so I'm already was down for about a minute, so I'm starting to need to breathe, and now I'm using a lot of energy trying to get this guy out. So I just throw these rocks over, grab him, and bring him to the surface. All right, so now that I got these Kole, this fat Kalat, just gonna show you how I prepare these Kole before I cook them. So they all have this shard on the back of their tail. So I first cut that shard off, because that thing could, could cut you, and it's not fun to eat. So cut them off both sides, pretty easy. And then I just start scaling it. Take the knife. You could use a spoon. You could use whatever. Just scale all get all the scales off. And you can tell it's almost like it changes color from black to kind of orangish. Then after I scale them, I don't gut them in the water. I take them home, cut the heads off right behind the fin, I just cut the whole head off, and then it's easy to clean. And that's it. You're gonna have a bunch of kole, a nice fish fry, and whether you eat them yourself or you encourage your friends, family, they're gonna be super grateful because this is such a delicious fish. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I love this clip just because it looks like I'm going up to heaven. Remember, like, subscribe, and don't forget, read your Bibles. Shoots.